Hey, are you familiar with the so-called yo-yo effect after a diet? When you fall back into your old patterns and gain at least what you have lost, if not even more? If you're afraid the same thing could happen to you after decluttering all your possessions, I think this is the perfect video for you. As more stories end here, I think it's even more important to add one more follow-up video to complete the step and move on to digital declutter. Hello and welcome back to step 1 of the upside plan, Material Declutter Take 6. If you have had the chance to do step 1 and maybe even complete it, let me tell you how proud I am of you. Congratulations! This is the last video to Material Declutter for now. If you haven't had the chance but you're keen, there are another 5 videos with reasons, instructions and tips on how to declutter all your possessions. So have a look at that if you want to. Anyways, if you have done it, your mindset has most likely changed even more than you can realize it right now, in the best possible way. But I also know that some people feel a little bit fragile after that. I mean, they worked so hard on decluttering everything and now they're afraid to accumulate the same amount over and over again. But let me assure you, if you think you're one of these persons, I think the chances are super small that you fall back into old patterns, as you now will consider what you let into your life. But if you're keen and very motivated to keep your place as it is right now as a status quo, I have some tips and tricks how to continue after decluttering your stuff. So let's straight dive into it. If you have only decluttered and decided what should go and what not and have not taken any further step, first, throw everything away you can't repurpose or even donate. And donate everything you don't want to sell. With the things I sell, I personally separate in the more and less expensive things, which I then either sell online or on the flea market. Just make sure there's a reasonable correlation between effort and outcome, so that you don't sell everything online which is just worth a few euros, because then the effort is probably higher than the outcome. But if it's a certain amount, then sell it online. With the things I sell online, I would highly recommend you to do all the photos first and then collectively upload the photos with the text. But not only to one page, do it to several. Just copy paste your text for all the apps and websites where you would like to upload it. So basically, to one item, upload it everywhere, to the next item, upload it everywhere. So it saves you a lot of time if you do it simultaneously, because you, how I said, only have to copy and paste it. I personally noticed that the best times to upload it is between Friday midday and Saturday morning, because people have more time to check online during the weekends. So I always sell more on these days. So if you upload it just right before people check it, obviously your ad is higher up. So consider your timing. And if you have clothes, they always sell better if you have a photo wearing them. There's no need for you to put your face on that photo, or only do what you feel comfortable with. If you don't want to have you on those photos as well, then just do you and upload them how you feel comfortable with. When it comes to the flea markets, just check online where are some events, do I have to register, and if it's your first flea market, just bring a friend along, because it's always more fun if you do it together. I know right now during COVID-19, it's probably not the easiest to find a flea market going on. So either you're lucky and there are some small events. If not, you can either sit through that time. If you don't need that space, put it in the cellar, leave it there until there's the next flea market. Or what you can also do, you can then sell more online, even though the correlation between outcome and effort maybe doesn't really fit. But if you want to get rid of it, or you donate it if you really want to have those things gone. That are the things you can do right now. So this was the part of freeing you up from the clutter. Now let's focus on keeping the clutter away. I personally, how I said a couple of times before, I'm a big fan of Bea Johnson's book Zero Waste Home, and I can also highly recommend it to you at this point, because she has really helpful tips, and what her motto is refuse what you do not need, reduce what you do need, reuse what you have, and recycle and rot what you don't use any longer. And I love this, and I try to live according to that. So we already worked on reducing what we have. Now let's try to refuse what we do not need and reuse what we have. Okay, let me share 15 tips with you. The first one is to refuse free stuff. So if you go to a fair, remember most of the things you really don't need at all. If it comes to family and friends gifting you something, try to avoid that beforehand. So you tell them your story, your journey, what you're doing right now. Tell them that you want to live more minimalistic and that they better don't bring anything to an event you're hosting or something like that. Tell them that you appreciate that so much more. Or let them bring some food. And the second is to reduce window shopping. If you don't see anything displayed, the chances that you want it are significantly lower. 3. Unsubscribe from all the newsletter where people want to sell you something, or try to avoid it and don't give your mail address to any website or shop where you are pretty sure they want to send you some spam. 4th, try to avoid advertisement in general. 5. Try a frugal week or even a month if you're up for a challenge. Meaning you try to not buy anything besides the very, very essential, like food or gas if you commute. During that time, if someone wants to go out with you for dinner, well, they either have to invite you or you switch it up and you just go for a walk, you work out or do any other free stuff. 6. Agree to talk about everything you want to buy which is not food with your partner. So you can discuss with him or her if it's really worth the money. And 7. Reduce your monthly budget. Or if you don't have one, set a monthly budget. So you really have to consider what you spend your money on. 8. Avoid impulsive buying. If you want something, sleep over it for 1 or 3 nights and see if you still want it. And 9 is, if you really want to buy something, then consider, does it really solve a problem? Does it overweigh the maintenance and space which comes along with that product? 10. Try to repair before you replace something. And 11. Try to borrow it from someone. If you have never done that before, remember, someone has to be the first one. Just explain why you're doing this and people will most likely support you and come back to you if they need something from you. 12. See if something else can be repurposed to do the job you need to be done. So for me, for example, I always buy some shampoos I'm not really happy with, so I try to use them off as shower gel so they're not going to waste. So this is basically your excuse to become super creative. 13. If you run out of something, question the product. Do you really need this in your life? Or do you most likely buy it out of routine? Is it more the commercial part which tells you that you need it? I mean, do we really need 5 different kind of cleaning products? Just saying, maybe it sometimes helps to question the things we have. Consider producing it yourself. You can check Bea Johnson's book. She has a lot of great tips on how you can do your own makeup, cleaning products, and so much more. And the positive side effect of homemade products is that there are no or very little chemical products included into producing that product. Coming to my last and final tip, tip number 15. If you get bored of your clothes before you go shopping to buy some new ones, why don't you consider organizing a clothing swap? Just invite all your friends, everyone brings their old clothes, and then you see if you want something from someone else. We have done that and it's so much fun. I didn't list all those tips to make you feel bad in the future when you buy something. Not at all, even I buy things and I'm the last one to judge, it's not my intention. I just wanted to help you for the situation after decluttering everything when you might feel a little bit fragile, a little bit unsure how to proceed. Because now you like the situation, but how do I keep it as it is right now? Or maybe even improve it? So that are the tips I wanted to give you. The positive side effects are that you save a lot of money, that you might be more connected with your community, you might make more use of resources. And in general, we stress the environment less. So that are some side effects. Maybe they also motivate you. If you have some other tips and tricks you want to share, just leave them in the comments. I'm very excited to see what you have. And then thank you for watching. Feel free to subscribe, to like, to share, to comment, or to click the bell so that you get notified if there's a new video. And then I hopefully see you next time. Thank you for watching.